Welcome back, true believers, and all you merry Marvelites, to, shockingly, not a Marvel's Spider-Man 2 or a Marvel's Wolverine-related video, but for the other Marvel video game, which is actually set to release next month in October of this year, and that actually relates directly to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I was planning to actually put my reaction to the story trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy that was actually, funny enough, showcased during the PlayStation Showcase itself, when they also revealed Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel's Spider-Man 2, of all things. But my mind was so hyped of seeing the possibility of actually witnessing a reveal trailer for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 that when they did that little first initial fake out with the Marvel logo panning, and then we saw it was Eidos Montreal and it was Guardians of the Galaxy, I was a bit like, not like angry or like disappointed. I'm like, come on, where's Marvel's Spider-Man 2? But we still have the game itself to look forward to, and if you have seen any of my previous one-on-one videos or have just seen my videos talking about the game with my buddy Slickmoth, we're actually looking forward to it. It's a single-player, action-adventure, third-person, story-driven game, and even though it is being published by Square Enix, it's nothing like Marvel's Avengers, which is the other Square Enix Marvel game that released from them, and everyone knows the kind of issues that game has. I won't say anything more about that, but Guardians is looking like a completely different experience from Marvel's Avengers, which is why I'm personally very intrigued to play it for myself once it does release next month, which is very exciting. But today, the reason why I'm making this video is because the game has officially gone gold. Eidos Montreal did confirm on the official Guardians of the Galaxy Twitter account earlier today, stating that the game has finally gone gold, of all things, which is very, very exciting. And of course, if you don't know what that means, it means that the game is finished development, and now they're actually going to make copies of the game so it can fully release on schedule on October 26th, which is very cool. And even though there hasn't been any major news relating to this game, funny enough, even though we did get the initial reveal of the game, I think early this year or last year? Yeah, no, it was this year, sorry, and because it's so odd how quickly this game is releasing. We got the real trailer for it with a gameplay demo and a developer interview and a Game Informer, which fully broke down a lot more information about it, and some behind-the-scenes videos, and some cutscenes of the game. And with over a month to go, we now got the story trailer for the game, actually diving a bit deeper into the narrative that it will offer, which I kind of wanted to take time to take a little bit of a look back on. Even though I was watching it during a PlayStation Showcase, I wasn't really obtaining all of the footage and information that they were showcasing, because in my mind, I'm like, Spider-Man 2, when? Marvel Spider-Man 2? When can we see it? So I wasn't really focusing too much on Guardians. But to celebrate the game going gold today, which is very, very cool, I did want to take a little bit of a look back to the trailer for the game's story and just provide my thoughts about what exactly we can hopefully see with this game's narrative. How, again, I think it's going to be much better than Marvel's Avengers. I don't know if it'll be obviously on par with like Marvel's Spider-Man or Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, but I do think that this is definitely the step in the right direction, and I'm very curious to see exactly what else they'll possibly display when the time comes for the game to be released on October 26th. Maybe some crazy villains. I know we already are aware that Thanos exists in this game's universe, but I don't think he's going to be appearing in the game itself as a villain, but we will wait and see. And I am very excited. And by the way, there is a PlayStation blog for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy that does dive a bit deeper into the trailer. So if you want to read that for yourself, I will leave it as a link in the description below. But again, right now we are going to directly check out the story trailer for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which, again, I've reacted to the behind-the-scenes trailers, the cutscenes with Lady Hellbender, and the Grand Unifier Raker, so check those out in case you missed it. But again, very cool to see what is in store here. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, so when they showed this, I was like, Spider-Man 2, baby! And then Eidos Montreal, I'm like, I'm still excited, but I was like, a little bit disappointed at first. But alright, let's see what's going on here, for real this time. The graphics, I think, look pretty good. The visual aesthetic that they're going for looks very well detailed. Now, is that, like, Drax's daughter? There's Peter's mom. So we're gonna get, like, maybe, like, flashback sequences? Or maybe some, like, mental trippy stuff that they'll experience, like, hallucinations?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think... Yeah,
Rocket in the background floating on the cube. That's definitely a choice I bet you can do as Star-Lord.
doing, buddy?
Cosmo supremacy. You love to see it.
During that ritual with the priest, they kept talking.
So are they like the main villains? Because it looks like they have a pretty prominent role in the game. Gamora looks great. I think she looks really cool.
Always catch Peter Quill, and not fun kind with Bob.
His accent's great.
Hey, World Mind, long time.
That's a deep cut with World Mind. Pretty massive. Again, I'm glad I'm not feeling like this is anything related to like the movies. Like this feels like its own unique thing. The soundtrack is slamming too. Oh, it's so good. And again, the Milano space combat. I forgot about that. That's gonna be sweet. Like I was saying, you can have a streamer-friendly option, so you can turn off the licensing music. But this is like the original game soundtrack that we're hearing right now, and it sounds excellent in my opinion. The alpaca, I think Cammy is her name, or his name. Novacor looks sweet.
And you must be destroyed.
It looks like he's the main villain, or maybe it's a red herring and it might be someone else afterwards, but he looks like he's going to have a pretty big role in the game for its antagonist. Rocket, of course. Nice. Good job, Groot.
Thanks, bud.
October 26th! Over a month to go. Not that far away. It's so crazy that this game was revealed this year during E3, or during that whole, E3 for Square Enix's presentation, and then 4 months later it's out. Like, that's absolutely insane. I think that's a really, really great turnaround for what we saw, of course, with Avengers, and now that Square Enix is trying to do something, again, more, I would say, player-friendly in the sense that you know exactly what you're getting. The whole thing with Avengers, with its live service content and looting and grinding formula that you know from other live service games like Destiny or Anthem, and applying that to those characters did not fit exactly who those heroes were. Like, oh, I'm the Incredible Hulk. Opening chests to get gear? No, that doesn't sound right. So now this is, again, like a single-player action-adventure, linear-based. It's probably not open world, obviously. And then you can choose your decisions as Peter Quill. And I know you can only play as Peter Quill, so I understand some people might be a bit upset about that. But I think the adventure, the narrative seems solid. The scope of the game seems massive in a way that you're doing this intergalactic adventure with the Guardians. And, again, that soundtrack, I've said this on Twitter, it's easily my most excited part about the game. Even more than the combat and the story, funny enough, is exactly how they're going to utilize, like, their 80s soundtrack and the original game score with that Star-Lord in-game universe metal band into the characterization of Peter Quill and applying that to the Guardians as well. So I'm actually very excited for this. I kind of, again, wanted to take a look back. Very close to release. Maybe we'll get something a bit closer to launch too. Maybe some early bits of gameplay, reviews, of course, from other people, which is very exciting. And I'll definitely be sure to live stream the game on the channel once it does release on PS5, which is very, very cool. Since now I own a PS5, I'll be able to play Guardians fully on next gen, which I cannot wait to see. But until next time, everybody, that was my reaction of sorts, kind of re-watching the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy, and the game is gold. So now we know officially it's releasing on October 26th, no delays in sight, and I can't wait to play it for myself. Again, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Guardians? Are you still burned from Avengers, or are you willing to give this a shot? Let me know. And until next time, thank you all so much for watching. Stay merry, Marvelites, and peace out.